Stop! If you have old US coins, this video is very important for you. Today we will talk about 4 coins: 1918 Buffalo Nickel, 1926 Buffalo Nickel, 1941 Jefferson Nickel, and 1979 Jefferson Nickel. Some of these coins can be very valuable, so watch this video till the end, because you might already have one. The 1926 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as a Buffalo Nickel, is one of the most iconic and historically rich coins ever produced in American numismatics. Issued during a transformative period in U.S. history, this coin carries not only monetary value but also deep cultural and artistic significance. Designed by the renowned American sculptor James Earl Fraser, the Buffalo Nickel represents a bold departure from earlier coin designs, embracing a uniquely American identity rooted in Native American heritage and the spirit of the American frontier. The obverse front of the 1926 Buffalo Nickel features a powerful and dignified portrait of a Native American chief. Rather than depicting a single individual, Fraser combined the facial features of several Native American leaders he had encountered, including Iron Tail, Two Moons, and John Big Tree. This composite portrait symbolizes the strength, resilience, and cultural importance of Native American tribes in the history of the United States. The word liberty is inscribed to the right of the profile, while the year 1926 appears below. The design is notable for its artistic realism, with intricate details in the hair, facial features, and traditional attire of the figure. On the reverse back side of the coin, a majestic American bison, often referred to as a buffalo, is depicted standing on a raised mound. This animal is believed to have been inspired by Black Diamond, a bison that lived in the Central Park Zoo in New York. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum are placed above the bison, while the denomination 5 cents appears below. The Latin phrase E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, reflects a unity of the states that form the nation. The rugged and naturalistic design of the buffalo emphasizes America's connection to its wilderness and frontier past. The 1926 Buffalo Nickel was minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, marked with a D; and San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. Among these, the 1926 San Francisco version is particularly and highly sought after by collectors due to its relatively low mintage and scarcity in well-preserved condition. Coins from this mint are often found with weaker strikes, making high-grade examples extremely valuable in today's numismatic market. In terms of composition, the 1926 Buffalo Nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard alloy for U.S. nickels that continues to this day. The coin has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a weight of 5 grams. However, one of the most common issues with Buffalo Nickels is wear, especially on the date and the buffalo's horn. Due to the high relief design, these features tend to fade quickly in circulation, making fully detailed specimens much rarer and more desirable. From a collector's perspective, the value of a 1926 Buffalo Nickel can vary widely depending on its condition, mint mark, and overall eye appeal. Circulated examples with visible wear may be worth only a few dollars, while uncirculated coins with sharp details can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The rare 1926 in mint state condition can reach significant prices at auctions, particularly if it has been graded highly by professional services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company. Historically, the Buffalo Nickel series, 1913 to 1938, represents a period when American coinage began to embrace more artistic and nationalistic designs, moving away from classical European influences. The introduction of this coin followed a push by President Theodore Roosevelt to beautify American coinage, a movement often referred to as a renaissance of American coinage. Although Roosevelt's direct influence preceded the Buffalo Nickel by a few years, his vision paved the way for artists like Fraser to create more expressive and meaningful designs. The year 1926 itself falls within a fascinating period in American history known as the Roaring Twenties, a decade marked by economic growth, cultural change, and technological advancement. During this time, coins like the Buffalo Nickel circulated widely in everyday commerce, used by millions of Americans in daily transactions. Despite their common use, these coins carried artistic designs that reflected the nation's identity and heritage. Over time, the Buffalo Nickel has become a favorite among coin collectors worldwide. Its unique design, historical context, and variety of mint marks make it an exciting series to collect. Enthusiasts often seek out complete sets, including all dates and mint variations, with particular attention to rare issues like the 1913 Type 1, 1918 7D overdate, and the 1926S. The challenge of finding well-preserved examples adds to the appeal, making the Buffalo nickel a cornerstone of many coin collections. In conclusion, the 1926 Buffalo nickel is far more than just a 5-cent piece. It is a symbol of American heritage, artistry, and history. From its detailed portrayal of Native American culture to its iconic image of the American bison, this coin captures the essence of a nation during a pivotal era. Whether you are a seasoned collector or beginner, owning a 1926 Buffalo nickel offers a tangible connection to the past and a deeper appreciation for the art of coinage. The 1918 United States 5-cent coin, widely recognized as a Buffalo nickel, stands as one of the most historically meaningful and artistically admired coins in American numismatics. Issued during the final year of World War I, this coin reflects both the cultural identity and the turbulent historical backdrop of the United States at that time. Designed by the talented American sculptor James Earl Fraser, the Buffalo nickel broke away from traditional European-inspired coin designs and introduced a bold, uniquely American theme centered on Native American heritage and the spirit of the frontier. The obverse front of the 1918 Buffalo nickel features a striking and dignified profile of a Native American man. This image is not of a single individual, but rather a composite portrait created by Fraser, who drew inspiration from several real Native American leaders, including Iron Tail, Two Moons, and John Big Tree. The result is a powerful representation of Native American identity intended to honor the indigenous peoples of the United States. The word liberty appears prominently to the right of the portrait, while the year 1918 is inscribed below. The level of detail in the hair, feathers, and facial features demonstrates Fraser's commitment to realism and artistry, making this coin stand out among others of its era. On the reverse back side, the coin displays an iconic American bison, often referred to as a buffalo, standing firmly atop a raised mound. This image is believed to be inspired by a real bison named Black Diamond, which lived in the Central Park Zoo during the early 20th century. Above the buffalo are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, the latter being a Latin phrase meaning out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the nation. Below the buffalo, the denomination 5 cent is clearly stated. The reverse design captures the rugged beauty and strength of the American West, reinforcing the coin's national identity. The 1918 Buffalo nickel was minted at 3 major facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. Each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics, and collectors often seek examples from all 3 locations. Among these, the 1918 D variety is especially notable due to a famous minting error known as the 1918 7D overdate, where traces of the previous year 1917 can be seen beneath the 1918 date. This rare error coin is highly prized in the collecting world and can command extremely high prices at auctions. In terms of composition, the 1918 Buffalo nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing approximately 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. Like other coins in the series, it features a plain edge. However, due to the high relief design, the coin is particularly susceptible to wear, especially on the date and the buffalo's horn. As a result, well-preserved examples with clear dates and strong details are relatively rare and highly valued by collectors. From a numismatic perspective, the value of a 1918 Buffalo nickel varies greatly depending on its condition, mint mark, and whether it includes any rare features such as the overdate error. Circulated coins in worn condition may be worth a modest amount, while uncirculated specimens with sharp details can be worth significantly more. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company often achieve higher market values due to their verified authenticity and condition. The historical context of the 1918 Buffalo nickel adds to its significance. As the world was emerging from the devastation of World War I, the United States was solidifying its role as a global power. Coins like the Buffalo nickel were in everyday use, passing through the hands of millions of Americans during a time of great change. Despite their common usage, these coins carried deep symbolic meaning, representing the nation's heritage and ideals. The Buffalo Nickel series as a whole, which ran from 1913 to 1938, is considered one of the most beloved in U.S. coinage. It was part of a broader movement to enhance the artistic quality of American coins, influenced by earlier efforts under President Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt believed that U.S. coins should reflect the country's culture and achievements, and the Buffalo Nickel is a perfect example of this philosophy in action. Collectors today continue to be fascinated by the 1918 Buffalo Nickel, not only for its beauty but also for its historical importance and the challenges it presents in terms of finding high-quality specimens. Building a complete set of Buffalo Nickels, including key dates and rare varieties, is a rewarding pursuit that requires patience and dedication. The 1918 issue, especially the rare 1918-7D overdate, remains a highlight of the series and a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage. In conclusion, the 1918 Buffalo Nickel is far more than just a 5-cent coin. It is a piece of American history, art, and culture. From its detailed depiction of Native American heritage to its iconic image of the American bison, this coin captures the essence of a nation during a pivotal moment in time. Whether valued for its rarity, its design, or its historical context, the 1918 Buffalo Nickel continues to hold a special place in the hearts of collectors and historians alike. The 1979 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel, is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage that reflects both historical continuity and everyday economic life in the United States. This coin carries the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, 5 cents, Liberty, and In God We Trust, all of which symbolize national identity, unity, and foundational values. The D Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary coin production facilities in the country. Although the 1979 D nickel is generally considered a common circulation coin, it holds importance to collectors due to its design, historical background, and potential for high-grade or error varieties. The obverse front of the 1979 D Jefferson Nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was originally designed by Felix Schlag, whose work won a national design competition in 1938 when the Jefferson Nickel series was introduced. The inscription, In God We Trust, appears to the left of Jefferson's portrait, while the word Liberty, followed by the year 1979, is positioned to the right. The clean and dignified design reflects Jefferson's intellectual legacy and his role in shaping American democracy. On the reverse, back, side of the coin, the image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, is prominently displayed. This structure is represented in a detailed and symmetrical design, symbolizing both architectural beauty and historical significance. Above Monticello appears the inscription E Pluribus Unum, while below it is a denomination 5 cents. Encircling the upper portion of the reverse is United States of America. The building itself, Monticello, is one of the most iconic landmarks in American history and reflects Jefferson's interest in architecture, science, and classical ideals. The 1979 D Jefferson Nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the standard composition used for U.S. nickels since 1866, except for wartime issues during the 1940s. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, with a plain edge. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, making them very common, their value can increase significantly depending on condition. Coins that remain in uncirculated, mint state, condition with strong luster and minimal marks are more desirable among collectors. In particular, specimens graded at higher levels by organizations such as a professional coin grading service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company can command premium prices. One important feature that collectors often look for in Jefferson nickels, including the 1979 D issue, is the presence of full steps on the reverse. This refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps leading up to Monticello's entrance. Due to striking conditions, these steps are often weak or partially worn, so coins with fully visible steps are rarer and more valuable. A 1979 D nickel with full steps in mint state condition can be worth significantly more than a standard circulated example. Historically, The year 1979 falls within a period of economic challenges in the United States, including inflation and energy crises. Despite these issues, coins like the Jefferson Nickel continue to circulate widely, serving as an essential part of daily transactions. Unlike earlier coins made of precious metals, the nickel's base metal composition reflects a shift toward practicality and cost efficiency in coin production. Nevertheless, the artistic and symbolic elements of the design ensure that even these everyday coins carry historical and cultural meaning. The Jefferson Nickel series itself has undergone several design modifications over the decades, but the basic theme introduced in 1938 has remained consistent, honoring Thomas Jefferson and his home, Monticello. This continuity makes the series appealing to collectors, as it offers both stability and variety through different dates, mint marks, and design changes. The 1979 D issue represents a mid to late 20th century example of this enduring series, bridging the gap between earlier classic coins and modern minting practices. In terms of value, most 1979 D Jefferson nickels found in circulation are worth only their face value of 5 cents. However, uncirculated coins in high grades, especially those with full steps or unique minting errors, can be worth several dollars or more. Error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, double dies, or other anomalies, are particularly sought after by collectors and can fetch higher prices depending on their rarity and visual appeal. In conclusion, the 1979 D Jefferson Nickel is a coin that combines everyday functionality with historical significance and collectible potential. While it may not be rare in the traditional sense, its connection to Thomas Jefferson, its depiction of Monticello, and its role in American commerce make it an important part of U.S. coinage. For collectors, it offers opportunities to high-grade specimens, study minting variations, and appreciate the enduring legacy of one of America's most influential figures. Whether viewed as a simple 5-cent piece or as a collectible item, the 1979 D Jefferson Nickel remains a meaningful and enduring symbol of American history and culture. The 1941 United States 5-cent coin, widely known as the Jefferson Nickel, is a historically significant and highly collectible piece of American coinage that reflects both the artistic vision of its designer and the broader cultural and economic context of the early 20th century. Bearing the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, 5 cents, Liberty, and In God We Trust, this coin represents the enduring values and identity of the United States. Issued just before America's direct involvement in World War II, the 1941 Jefferson Nickel holds a special place in numismatic history as part of the final group of pre-war nickels before the composition of the coin changed in 1942 for wartime needs. The obverse front of the 1941 Jefferson Nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential founding fathers and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was created by Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition in 1938 and has remained the foundation of the Jefferson Nickel series ever since. The inscription, In God We Trust, is placed to the left of Jefferson's profile, while the word Liberty followed by the year 1941 appears on the right. The design is clean, balanced, and dignified, reflecting Jefferson's intellectual legacy and his contributions to American democracy. On the reverse back of the coin, the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, is prominently displayed. This detailed architectural representation symbolizes Jefferson's passion for design, innovation, and classical ideals. Above Monticello is the inscription E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, a phrase that emphasizes the unity of the states. Below the building is a denomination 5 cents, and surrounding the design is United States of America. The building itself, Monticello, is one of the most recognized landmarks in the United States and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, adding further cultural significance to the coin. The 1941 Jefferson Nickel was minted at 3 major facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. Each mint produced large quantities of nickels to meet the demands of a growing economy. The Philadelphia issue typically has no mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco coins can be identified by their respective letters on the reverse. Although all 3 varieties are relatively common, collectors often seek high-grade examples from each mint to complete their sets. In terms of composition, The 1941 Jefferson nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It features a plain edge and a durable alloy that was well suited for everyday circulation. However, this composition would soon change due to wartime demands. Beginning in mid-1942, nickel was needed for military production, leading to the creation of war nickels made from a combination of silver, copper, and manganese. As a result, the 1941 issue represents one of the last full years of traditional nickel composition before this historic transition. From a collector's perspective, the value of a 1941 Jefferson nickel varies depending on its condition, mint mark, and specific features. Circulated examples are generally common and may be worth only a small premium over face value. However, uncirculated coins with strong luster and minimal contact marks can be worth significantly more. One of the most important factors affecting value is the presence of full steps on the reverse. This refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps leading up to Monticello's entrance. Coins with fully visible steps are relatively rare and highly prized among collectors, often commanding higher prices in the market. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations such as a professional coin grading service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company are especially desirable, as their condition and authenticity have been verified. High-grade examples, particularly those with full steps, can be valuable additions to any collection. Additionally, collectors may look for minor minting errors or variations, which can add further interest and value to the coin. The historical context of the 1941 Jefferson nickel adds depth to its significance. As the world was on the brink of major due to World War II, the United States was preparing for potential involvement. Coins like the Jefferson nickel were an essential part of everyday commerce, used by millions of Americans in daily transactions. Despite their common use, these coins carried symbolic meaning, representing the nation's ideals and heritage during a time of uncertainty and change. The Jefferson Nickel series, introduced in 1938, replaced the earlier Buffalo nickel and marked a shift toward honoring important American historical figures. By featuring Thomas Jefferson in his home, Monticello, the series celebrates the intellectual and cultural foundations of the United States. Over the decades, the design has undergone minor modifications, but its core elements have remained consistent, making it one of the longest-running coin series in American history. In conclusion, the 1941 Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent coin. It is a piece of American history that reflects a nation's values, artistic achievements, and economic realities during a pivotal era. From its elegant portrait of Thomas Jefferson to its detailed depiction of Monticello, the coin embodies a blend of beauty and significance. Whether you are a seasoned collector or beginner, the 1941 Jefferson nickel offers a meaningful connection to the past and a valuable addition to any collection.